Whoa, hello, everybody.
Oh.
Yo,
every time I forget that you're gonna do that, and I'm just like,
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin,
and I'm Philip.
and you're watching and are listening to episode 471 DangIT Prodcast. Welcome back, everybody. Phil's back.
Yo, I lived.
And now
I lived. The city did not get me. I am alive.
the city did not get you. And now together we make the Hat Brothers.
Super Hat Brothers Wonder.
Super Hat Brothers Wonder.
Well,
that is something of a topic for today.
Yeah.
But checking in, Phil, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Doing good. New York was fun. I loved it. It was a really cool time. There was a lot of things to do out there. Not enough time to do it in a week.
My God, dude.
I still missed out on a couple of places that we wanted to go to, but it's a lot of things. But Broadway was cool. Brooklyn Bridge was great.
Cool.
Lots of places, and of course, retro game hunting for a little bit, and the Nintendo store obviously was great.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Now that I wouldn't say you're a veteran because you just said that you couldn't finish everything, but hopefully by the time like Tanuki Group can get together, we can get your professional advice on the places to go, or at least the places you haven't been to yet, and then we'll speed run through everything else.
I think the issue was more like figuring out like directions and then where everything is it's placed.
Okay.
Now that I have a clearer understanding of everything, if we ever do go as a Tanuki Group one day, I think we can plan it better, and then we can still do all those things plus more.
Yeah, I think that's usually the case for your first time in any type of place, especially if it's like in your case it was just like to be over there, but like in my cases they're typically for convention stuff. So once you go the one time, then you become much more familiar with the area. Therefore, you can plan out like much more efficiently.
I hear Long Island Retro Gaming Expo is kind of cool.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that was a thing. Damn.
That is in New York.
That's cool. What's also happening actually right now? It's PAX West.
Oh man, I knew we were talking about trying to go, and like I see it now, and I'm like, I could.
I know. I've been seeing a lot of postings about like Nintendo Live over there because that's part of PAX too. And I was like, man, dude, I posted like this, like seeing the shots here just reminds me of like the Nintendo Lounge, albeit like much larger. But I did miss that when it was integrated into like Comic-Con in some like form or shape. Xbox and PlayStation were the same way, but they pulled out at some point later on. But man, do I miss it. And now I see like that they had like a symphony like orchestrated like bit. They were playing Tears of the Kingdom's like opening, and I was like, I wish I was there.
Oh.
And then they showed a little. They were playing a bit of Mario as well. I was like,
They have the Mario Wonder demo up right now there.
That's so cool. I wouldn't even expected that, but that's super dope.
Yeah, the whole set is featured as Mario Wonder.
That's so cool, man. We'll definitely jump into Mario Wonder stuff, but I guess we'll just start from the beginning. Phil, since you were actually gone for the past couple weeks, I think you should take the priority in retelling the things that have happened since you've been gone.
Yeah, since you've been gone. Whoa, the Kelly Clarkson reference? Whoa. That's a deep cut. No, not deep. Not deep cut, but like, I haven't heard that song forever. Just a quick recap, so I don't have to like sound like a broken record. I explained it over in some other like streams and whatnot, but
fair.
It was cool. It was great. 1 week we spent in New York for tourism. Like we've never actually been to I've never been to New York. I went with a friend who has, but even then he didn't actually go for like actual. I guess he didn't go for pleasure. He went for business.
Oh, really?
So okay. he's never actually like done the touristy stuff. So we were living like New Yorkers, bro. Like we were taking the subways. We were like walking everywhere. Like I'm talking like we took like maybe one Uber because it was also the weekend of Pokemon Go Fest.
Oh my god.
So we had to take an Uber to Randall Island to go there. And that was kind of tight to look at. I don't personally play Pokemon Go anymore, but it was really cool seeing everyone there like playing and then like hanging out. And they had the tents. They had tents for each of the groups.
Yeah, the teams.
That That was really cool.
Damn.
And then I missed out on a lot of the good merch, unfortunately, but because we went on the last day. So we went on the last day, which is Sunday.
Okay.
But after that, we hit up the Nintendo store for the first time, and I think Katrina said it best. My face was lit up the whole time being in there. She was like, "Good Lord, what have I done?" And I was just like super excited to be in there, dude. It's so nice. Now, granted, my first experience was okay because it was also again Pokemon Go Fest weekend, so it was a 45-minute wait just to get in, and then like it looked like the place got robbed. So when I went back on the Friday after, that's when it was really cool. Like it was comfortable walking. It was walking. There's no wait time for anything. It was great. They actually have a section with a Switch where they have all of the NSO apps only, and you can just play any of the retro games on there.
Oh,
it's kind of cool. Like they're showing off the NSO, and then you can actually buy the controllers from them.
Ooh, that's cool.
That was kind of tight. I was like, oh, I get it. That's cool. I already thankfully have my sets of controllers for them, but it's really cool. I didn't pull the shirts. I was gonna pull them out. It's okay. I bought a sweater and 2 matching shirts with Katrina, so that was really cool. Okay. Katrina also got a yellow Pikmin, like a plushie. Up there somewhere. Yeah, she got a yellow Pikmin. It's chilling up there somewhere off screen.
Okay.
But yeah, that was cool. We got a couple of pins. I did get Justin this pin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Memorabilia increases.
It's the broken Master Sword from Tears of the Kingdom.
That Master Shiv.
The Master Shiv. I got this for Anaya too. I got the little.
He's got the Luigi.
I should have got the whole set when I was there for myself, but I got myself a Yoshi one.
I wonder. Actually, I have like a similar like Luigi pin somewhere over here. I got from the Nintendo Lounge back when it was still a thing in Comic-Con. I'm not sure if that's the exact same one. It could be like a little bit different, but yeah.
Cool. I got myself.
You got
the Zelda one as well, and then. Like I said earlier, I got the Yoshi one, so that was my. Yeah, I had to. Just look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him. I couldn't say no. My friend did buy the whole set. He bought the Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Peach, Yoshi set.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was cool. I should have done it because they weren't that crazy expensive, and for the full set would have been pretty decent. But
okay.
That's okay. I spent money where I knew I was going to spend money on, and it was the games. So, but other than like before I do the pickups, I was going to say New York's great. Honestly, I'm a city person, so I really loved just walking around. It's really cool that everything is designed for walking. Like I'm talking like all the unless you're telling yourself you're going to go sit down at a restaurant, it's literally all the food places are just like, hey, here you go. All right, have fun. And then you're walking, eating, and you're just going. It's the hustle and bustle of the city. We did go to Yankee Stadium, even though I'm not a Yankees fan, full disclosure. But that doesn't mean I didn't want to watch baseball. It was cool.
Also, seeing the photos that you shared about like the stadium itself inside of it, aside from like the field, that was very impressive.
Yeah, the stadium is really nice. It is I believe it's actually a not new, but fairly new stadium. They did have an original stadium that they did close down.
Oh, really? Okay.
But this is a newer stadium. It's really nice, though. It's really nice. Where else did we do? That was Statue of Liberty. We went up to Statue of Liberty. I can now claim in my lifetime that I've been up to the top of the crown. That was kind of cool. I would never do it again. It's not worth it. It's cool if you've never done it.
That's fair.
In my opinion. It is cool if you've never done it. Also, the crown tickets were the same price as the pedestal tickets. So we were like,
why don't we just take the crown then if we could just go to do both?
Yeah, like you might as well. But the steps, it's a spiral. It's a spiral staircase going up, and the steps are so small. My feet, I'm a 9.5 at least, I think, in my feet size. Maybe 10, depending on the brand. My foot was half off the step. So if you're a 12, Good luck.
Oh God.
My friend was a 12, and he was like, "Holy crap!" Like he was. It took him everything in his power to get up there, but he did it. But that was cool. I like the inside of the architecture of the Statue of Liberty. That was pretty cool. What else? What else? Street glizzies were pretty good.
The street glizzy.
The street glizzy was pretty good. The pizza. I get it. I understand.
Oh no.
Cali pizza sucks. I don't ever
no.
want it ever again.
Who will I have pizza with?
Yeah, I get it now. I will say it has reinvigorated me to try and want more pizza, because I am a person who doesn't hate pizza, but I also never want it. I used to have it as a kid a lot, and I just every time I hear it, I'm like, I just don't want it. Now, having pizza in New York, I was like, yo, I could eat this like every night. This is not a good thing.
Oh no.
It was good though. We tried multiple different places, but Joe's Pizza is where it's at for sure.
Pizza time?
Pizza time. Yeah, it is pizza time. It was the pizza place that they used for Spider-Man.
That's so funny.
Or at least the pizza brand, because it is a chain that's in New York.
I wonder, there's probably not a lot of significance in the storytelling there, but I gotta wonder about like the origins on there. I was like, can we just film
I know.
her? Yeah, sure.
There is a lot. They had a wall of celebrities like that have eaten there. It's pretty cool. Like pictures with them. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
But that was cool. We did go into the M&M store that was there. We got into the Disney store. Those were all really big. Like if you know the M&M store from Vegas, it's bigger than that.
Really? I actually been to the M&M store in Vegas. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's even larger.
It's even larger than that.
Oh, bro.
So is the Hershey store.
Ooh. Yeah, that was something I missed. Like when we were at like for Evo, we didn't really get to go like anywhere. Like, well, we went through the strip, but like we didn't really like stop by some like bigger name stores.
You guys, that's weird because typically when I go to Evo, I plan it for getting there by Thursday to pick up badges and then hang out in Vegas. And then Friday, Saturday, do the convention stuff and the Evo tournaments and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then Sunday's finals, and I usually never pick up the ticket to go into finals. So Sunday I use for Vegas, and then I go home Monday.
Ah, okay.
But you guys went home on Sunday. That's probably why.
Yeah. So like Thursday we went in, we like rested up quite a bit, and then like somewhere in the afternoon, that's when we picked up badges, and then we tried to like make our way like through like Vegas's parts. I think that was the day that we also wanted to try Gordon Ramsay, but at that time we walked quite a ways
We're
and
so hungry.
We were so done.
It was Gordon Ramsay's burger is a Planet Hollywood, correct?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
it should. But
that's cool. Yeah, I've had it before. It's good. I've had it. I got the, I don't know what they called it, but it was the burger with the fried egg in it, the bacon.
Ooh.
I'm a sucker if the burger has an egg, mind you. I'm done.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. And then they don't have normal French fries; they have truffle fries.
Ooh,
pretty good.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So, yeah.
Man, that was years ago though. That was like, that had to have been like 2018, 2017 when I went for that. So it's been a while.
But you know what? TwitchCon's literally like next month, so like maybe Anaya and I will have a better opportunity now that we're like kind of have a better idea of what we want to be doing. So we'll see.
Yeah, dude. New York was great. When we go as a Tanuki group, we can totally plan it like a little. Now that I have an understanding of what it looks like and what we can do, I think we could plan it better.
Okay.
We could totally plan it. It sounds like a fun trip.
Quick aside though.
1 year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
1 year.
Sure.
We'll see. Yeah,
we'll see. I did want to like do a quick jump over to like the subject of like conventions and whatnot, because it's a really quick thing, but it could be something that people could look forward to later on. Next year, Evo actually announced that they moved dates. So instead of on the 25th like weekend of July, it's gonna be the 21st weekend of July. So that means that he clears it up for Evo and for me Comic-Con. I don't know for
Anaya DreamCon.
Yeah.
And apparently, and they did state that was the reason why they changed it, because everyone was trying to book that weekend. Now there is a caveat. There's a positive and a negative to this.
Okay.
The positive is that we get a new weekend. You know, everybody's free that weekend now, and it freed up a weekend. That's great. They also are now doing it to 3 days of convention, not two.
Ah,
This was
okay.
actually how it used to be a long time ago.
Hmm.
It used to be back to 3 days of convention. Now, the caveat, it is not going to be a Mandalay Bay this year or next year because of it.
Oh no.
Because they had to change venues to change times. Mandalay
Okay.
Bay was booked for the weekend.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know where they're going to do it this year, or I guess 2024. I'm excited to see where, but that also means that finals tickets might actually be included in your venue like they used to be.
Oh, okay.
So that would be really cool to do again. I haven't been to Evo finals since 2016, at least
Ooh,
2016, 2017. It's been a long time. And I love seeing finals like live, being in the audience. It's so cool.
gotcha. Yeah, and I had to skip, but I think we'll try to plan it better next year, so we'll actually be able to be included there too. I'll probably have to request a lot of days actually off, like in that like month.
Yeah,
So
like I said, I typically try to do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like the weekend, essentially.
that's crazy because I think because of just like how the timing will be, I'll probably have to just request the extra week off between that and Comic Con. So it just there's like just no work in between.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. Yeah. For
But
me, it's a little weirder because I have like this point system on my job, but
hmm,
I would just use a point for the weekend, like, and it'd be fine.
gotcha. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to bring up as far as like convention planning. It's gonna be kind of
Mm-hmm.
crazy next year, and honestly,
There,
like with PAX, like I might be curious enough to just try that out.
PAX West, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I There might be a wrench in my plans of going to Evo next year. I won't say what, but
Hmm.
we will see how that goes by the time
Yeah.
that happens. But
Okay.
as of right now, my plan is that's what I want to do next year is go back to Evo. It's been way too long for me. It's been since 2019. I think I'm ready.
Hmm.
I'm ready to go back and just chill, hang out, play some fighting games again.
I was gonna say, would you want to compete?
Depends. Depends on the lineup. Depends on the lineup.
Oh yeah. Okay. We
I
know
want to see
street.
the lineup first, and
Yeah.
then I will more than likely check out the games I'm gonna. I'll probably pick the games I want to play. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. I guess we'll see. But yeah. In that case, I think we caught up with everything as far as like the New York weekend.
Yeah.
And the
Well,
week for that.
I have the pickups, but I figured. Yeah. Do you have any pickups?
I don't. Well, actually, well, except for Armor Core, right? I think Armor Core is the only one here. We got it right here. I have a very weird story about it. It's because GameStop. Um, I pre-ordered mine like through GameStop, and the weird thing was is that they actually didn't have like those physical copies for I think both versions available on the release day, which really
That
sucks,
is
right?
that is so strange for a Bandai Namco game. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
If you would have told me that was like a NIS America game or something, okay, maybe because
Hmm.
they've done that to me before.
Damn. Oh
But
yeah.
Bandai Namco, get out of here.
It was weird. I was talking to them like when I was doing the pickup and or planning to, but they were telling me that like we don't actually have like our those copies. We got like a shipment in, but it wasn't anything like Armor Core related at all. It was just like plushes and Pokemon cards and etc. But yeah, they
What the?
they, they kind of pinned it on like what was it, FedEx. So it's just like there's something going on with that. So I think we need to like try a different like method of
Weird.
moving things over. So like it's the whole weekend at this point, and I actually like decided to just do an Amazon order because it was literally like an overnight like shipment. And I was like, oh, I'll just do that. And the guy was also recommending that I would just go ahead and just do that if I don't hear from them on like the Monday that I received this. And so
Mhm.
after my shift, sometime after my shift, I get a call saying that, oh hey, your thing's here. I was like, oh, should I cancel it? No, because I want the pre-order bonus. So, I walked up to them that very night and just talked to them about the situation. Like, because you guys didn't really have these available, I ordered my own, but I want the pre-order bonus. Could you do something where I don't have to walk out with another copy? And they're like, well, technically you already did the pre-order, so you do own this, So we'll just cancel the pre-order and you can just take this. I was like, sweet.
Let's go. Let's go.
So yeah, so I have these two. I've been playing just a little bit here and there. It's hard to kind of juggle because I'm playing through Trails in the Sky SC right now. And I don't really plan on stopping there, but this does become a problem when, Starfield becomes a thing for Game Pass owners.
Oh god, dude. Tuesday.
Eesh.
Why did it have to be Tuesday? Why couldn't it have been this weekend when it's Labor Day? I just want to play Starfield. Man, I wanted to just chill all weekend and just play Starfield.
Yeah, but otherwise you have to pony up to the whatever edition, premium edition.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. But
Yeah,
I can wait. I can wait.
Although I have been looking at that Constellation edition in a different light. Like I do need an updated watch.
Oh my
but I'm like,
god.
no, I can't do that.
It looks cool, and honestly, I thought about getting the upgrade to the premium so I could just play it. But I was like, nah, because if I lose Game Pass, I lose the game. Excuse me. And that's not happening.
Yeah, that's true.
I will say I'm gonna use Game Pass to play it.
Sure.
And when the physical copy, if there ever is a physical copy that comes out later in life that has like a Game of the Year edition or whatever,
yeah. Okay.
That's probably the one I'll go for.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually something I've been trying to think about doing with Game Pass from now on, so I could save a little bit of money on certain pickups. Is use Game Pass to play first-party Xbox games, and then later on, if they have a physical copy, pick them up at a discounted price so I can have it for my collection.
That's what I did with Fallout 4, actually.
And then that way, I'm not really adding to my backlog. I'm already playing the game. And I'm not spending extra money.
Yeah. I got you on that.
But yeah, that's what's up, dude. Is Armored Core good so far? I've only played Armored Core like 5 a long time ago.
Really?
I think. And it was like brief. I rented it.
Oh no! I was gonna say like, wait, how many copies do you have?
It was a rental, and younger Philip was like, Met Games. I don't understand this.
Oh no! I'll just rent and never buy it. No, Phil.
So I'm sorry. Younger Philip was uncultured. That's why I didn't play first-person shooters when I was younger. But now I've wronged the sins of my mistake. It's fine.
That's fair. But what was it? Oh yeah. So playing through Armored Core, like obviously I've never played the other ones, but this one feels pretty good. I wouldn't say it plays like a Souls-like game because of just like the mech controls like really are catered towards like you like riding in a mech, so it doesn't feel quite as like. Well, there's a lot more flow to it. I think there's a lot more like maneuverability, and you have a lot of customizations to cater to that. I've been playing through a lot of these missions. I think I'm still in like the chapter 1 bits, but I have to fight this arm. It's not really a spoiler since they talk about it early on, but it's like this. It's just like this rolling tank that's like protected on the front side. You have to hit the back side. And I was kind of wrestling with that one for a little bit. I was like, damn, I'm not really getting this. I think I need to change like weaponry. And then after like a couple of deaths, they were telling me that you should probably change like your mech parts. So I think it's just one of those things where under different circumstances, you're going to have a different build. And so you're going to be experimenting a lot. And then you'll start like seeing some cooler options be available. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, but otherwise I'm just enjoying like I kind of like how it is. It doesn't like Elden Ring, like it was fantastic. It was like a huge open world, but this is definitely mission based stuff. Where you just like it's an open sandbox area like for each mission, and you'll probably replay like a few of them here and there, but otherwise, you have like a pretty relatively short objective, and it only takes you like 13 minutes tops if you're really good at everything. So.
See, that sounds like a game that's up my alley. I really want to play that. It sounds really cool. And it has that old school like mentality, right? Like it's trial and error. You gotta keep trying in different things, different ways to figure out how to beat the level.
Yeah.
Or mission. That's cool. I really want to play it. Sounds good, dude.
Yeah.
I want to play it.
Shout out to Ibrahim. How's it going?
Hello.
Yo, stream's freezing for you a little bit because your cable's gone. I got you. Don't worry, we're carrying on the conversations. We still have the VOD available too, but
yeah.
Unless I sing something copyright right now.
So, guess it's my turn. I guess I got this big old stack. 9 games on the list today, ladies and gentlemen.
God
This is
dang
from the
it.
last 2 weeks.
Oh, here we go.
So,
Here it is. Here it is. Here it
This
is.
is from the last 2 weeks.
It's gonna be really exciting. Here we go.
We have, I have this categorized. I have my New York pickups, and then I have my limited run delivery that just recently came through. So let's start with my New York pickups.
Okay.
I went to 2 different retro shops. I won't name one of them because I didn't really like that shop. And so out of respect for the business, I'm just gonna be like, don't worry about it. But the one I do want to praise and I do want to highlight is if you're ever in New York, especially in like the Manhattan area, guys, Video Games New York is amazing. That place is so good. They had so many options to pick from like games there, and everything's fair price. Like I'm usually someone who's always looking up like what to buy and what's like priced right. They had the fairest prices I could ask for. Like, of course, it's going to be a little bit higher value than most, but it's like, do I want to pay shipping or do I want to actually have it here in my hand?
Mm-hmm.
So with that in mind, I did get 2 pickups from them. I'm gonna start with this bad boy. I got a Super Famicom import, and this is Poppin' Twinbee.
Okay.
And this is a Konami game, mind you. This is a Konami shoot 'em up that's actually available on your Nintendo Switch Online service for the Super Nintendo if you ever want to play it. That one's actually the PAL version, but they bumped it to this version's like frame rate. You don't need English to play this. It's literally 1 or 2 players. Which ship? All right, go for it. So there's no like real like story or anything. It's just a really good shoot 'em up in Twinbee like series, and it has good music. It's got good graphics. This game's really good. I'm really happy to have a real physical copy of this in my collection.
Gotcha.
Because I haven't really retro bought in a while, so buying like this is a gift from Katrina, so this is cool.
Nice.
This one was fun to pick up. Next one. From here on out, it's all Switch games. So
here we go. Here it is.
This one was an import as well, but it is a English cover. It's an English variant. It's really hard to find, but I saw it there and I was like, I'm gonna do it, aren't I? And I was like, yeah, of course I am. So I got this bad boy trilogy. This is Dragon Quest 1, Dragon Quest 2, Luminaries of the Legendary Line, and Dragon Quest 3, The Seeds of Salvation, the trilogy. The classic trilogy. This is actually like I said, it contains all 3 games on 1 cartridge. This is the recent ports, so I know that people love to hate on these ports because they're based on the mobile ports. I will say that it's convenient to have these because some of these games are really expensive on their original platforms.
Yeah, that's true.
So for me personally, this is the most convenient way to own these and play these. And they're not that terrible. They're pretty good. I've beaten number 1 before. It's pretty good. So I'm really excited to have this collection. It is the English variant, so you can see the spine has all 3 games. Like,
Oh wow!
It actually has them all listed. It's pretty cool. It is all in English, including the box. So really cool to have this in my collection. I'm really happy to finally have this. I've been eyeing this for a long time, but if you even if you go to Play Asia, they only have the Asian like box art. They don't have the English one. So I'm glad I finally got that. That was a big one. And then the next 3 are from the Nintendo store.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I know that buying games from the Nintendo store is at normal MSRP price, but my physical copies are like memories to me, right? I love the idea of being able to look at my shelf and go, oh, I remember this game from when I was doing this and this and this.
Yeah, I can say the same thing about Armored Core now.
Right? Because you have a story with it. So the next 3 games I can claim I bought from the official Nintendo store. Like, this is it. Like, it's a Nintendo store. What else are you going to buy there? Like, other than merch, of course, games. So I got Disney's Illusion Island.
Okay.
That was a cool pickup. We played it there. They actually had the demo of it on the big screen. And so we were playing it. And that's what was convincing. Like, Katrina and I were convinced we should pick this up. It's good. It's pretty fun. It's a Metroidvania with no combat.
At all?
You literally platform everything. Like, even if there's enemies, you can't kill them.
Oh, you just have to avoid them.
You have to learn how to platform around them. So the enemies are all varied in the sense of how they move and how they try to attack you.
Interesting. Okay.
It is an interesting choice. But the art style is really cool. It has the music like if it's a real like Disney movie, it's really good, dude. It's really fun. I'm really excited to really sit down with this one.
Gotcha. Oh, real quick, Abraham was talking about like anyone getting that song anime like from 7 months ago. It's called Colors, animated by Toho. I did a little bit of research on
Oh,
that one. I was like, I think I've seen like a quick like short of that. No audio in that one. I just kind of saw it passing, and I haven't seen it since. But it does look pretty nice from what I did see. But yeah. All right. Sorry, Phil.
nice. No, you're good. You're good. This next one, if Justin's playing Trails in the Sky right now, then baby, I got it.
Oh,
Trails into Reverie, baby. We in there finally.
let's go.
I hated myself because I had to skip this when it came out, and it's been hard to find since because I knew it was gonna do it. They were gonna do that when it's a Legend of Heroes game, but they had it at the Nintendo store, dude. And
That's
scariest
wild.
part is when I asked for it, they were like, "Let me see," and he went to the back, and he was like, I'm gonna have to check downstairs," and I'm like, "Oh my god, please say you have it." And then he was like, "Oh, it's under L, it's not under the," and I was like, "Good." Good. It's good. This is the final chapter in the Trails series, or whatever this story has been leading up to.
Yeah. It's like an accumulation of like In the Sky, Cold
So
Steel
the
from
the
Zero.
Crossbell duology. Yep.
Yeah.
The Cold Steel series. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This culminates every single story bit into one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to eventually one day in life playing this, but I have a physical copy of it. That's what I was really hoping to get. Falcom, Nis, please, the rest of the series. I need it. At the very bare minimum, give me Cold Steel 1 and 2.
That's fair.
Because those are on Switch in Japan, and I would like them in English, please.
Yeah, that's super weird. I hope they could do something about that, depending on like how I guess like sales go for like Reverie. Also, Mark's in the chat as well. He says hat gang.
Mark is in the chat, but not in the actual podcast. That's so crazy. Anyways,
That's so hurtful. Anyway.
Yeah, I do hope that at least very bare minimum Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2, so that I can at least start playing the series. Because I have Zero and Azure. Those are the Crossbell duology games. I would love to just go from there into Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. And one day I'll play the Sky Trilogy, I promise. But there's a lot. There's a lot of the Trails games. And it's one of those series where you can't just jump in at any of them. You have to start at a specific game, and then from there go on.
Yeah, I think I'll be doing like once I finish up like In the Sky or Trails of the Sky. I think I'll do I'll do Cold Steel, and then I'll go into From Zero just because of really. Or actually, no, rather maybe Cold Steel 1, 2, and then From Zero, and then.
I recommend that you do the Crossbell duology first after Skies, because those chronologically happen right after. Yeah,
you know what? That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. So it's the Sky Trilogy, the Crossbell duology, which is Zero and Azure, and then Trails of Cold Steel, and then Reverie is the finish.
Got
finale.
you. All right. No, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
That's the recommended order. Plus, you'll see the game engine improve as you go forward.
All right.
Because remember that I think it's like Azure and Zero are in the same engine as the Sky Trilogy. They still are sprites. Cold Steel is when they started using 3D models.
Yes. See, Phil, even in chat, Mark is the one cursing.
Mark, let it be known that for everybody who doesn't know, the last podcast I was on was about 2 weeks ago. We were told to chill out on the cursing a little bit, and let it be known on that whole podcast on demand. I don't think I used a single curse word. I tried my hardest not to. Mark over here, on the other hand, had a mouth like a sailor. You couldn't shut up.
Oh, speaking of which, like, this is more like a nice.
I love you, Mark.
This is more a nice area, but apparently, the One Piece, the Netflix series One Piece, actually has a bit of cursing in there. I was like, oh wow, okay.
I also heard it was decent.
Yeah, I probably need to.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like fun because it really is just like from animation to like live action. Like, how are you gonna make that work?
I like they ruined my favorite anime, but Anaya's, that's okay. We'll make it good. Thanks, Netflix. Thanks for ruining Cowboy Bebop. I hate you.
Ah!
You son of...
They just need to have the creator like breathing down their necks. That's what happens.
I know. Oh yeah. That's fair. Oda was on them like at all times. This one though was probably the biggest pickup from Nintendo Store, and it's the reason I held off on buying it so long. I needed to. I wanted a Nintendo first party published game that I can claim that I bought from the Nintendo Store. And if anybody knows me, that's a hard thing to do because I always pick up Nintendo first party games. That's like my collecting goal is to obtain every Nintendo first party game ever in America. Maybe one day Japanese, but that is a whole different story. So I got Fire Emblem Engage. Finally.
Mark, calm down. But yeah, put a ring on it.
I did it. I got Fire. Oh, I just realized it was about Engage. Yes, I got Fire Emblem Engage. I did end up having to skip out on it because of funds this year, but I'm back, baby. We in this.
Let's go.
If anybody knows me, this is actually a really funny pickup because Fire Emblem's like, I wouldn't say I hate it, but it's definitely one of my least favorite Fire Emblem Nintendo franchises. But it's mostly because I've never clicked with it. I'm really hoping Engage is the one that makes me engage with the series. So, because Three Houses, I was doing pretty good with Three Houses. I just ended up having to play other things, and I never went back. So, I want to find the Fire Emblem that grips me, the one that finally gets me. And then once I do, then I'm like, maybe I want to play the other ones. And that's how it spirals.
That's how it usually works.
So, one day, I'm hoping Engage is the one. But for collecting purposes, I will always pick a Fire Emblem because I see you Path of Radiance going for like $300. I see you.
It's ridiculous. Hopefully they'll remake that later on.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
The next 4 games are limited run pickups that recently came in. So
gotcha.
I got Kung Fury Street Rage.
Huh?
You heard me, dog. This is Kung Fury Street Rage Ultimate Edition. So from my knowledge, this is a beat 'em up.
Okay.
That is based on a B movie, like a B, like a low budget action film. I don't know anything about the series, but the game looks kind of cool. I picked it up because it's a numbered release, so
yeah,
but I'm from what I'm told, it's pretty good. This also actually has to do with something that happened this week. So, this was the indie mix. Did you end up seeing the indie mix? I
think. Wait,
showcase
from way back, the one that talked about like their new engine and everything, the Carbon engine.
No, the mix, the indie mix like company. They actually published this game.
Oh no, I didn't then.
Okay, so they ended up announcing that they showed off some indie games that were coming out. There were some pretty cool looking ones, but the very last one, they actually said it. They said that it's a collaboration between them and Limited Run Games, and it was a new game. This is also something that Limited Run teased at their show and said that they weren't allowed to show it just yet, but they had a game that was based on a classic 90s cartoon that they were going to be handling the physical copy for, and they finally revealed it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a Rugrats game.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was wild, and it looks good. Like it doesn't look like cheap garbage. It looks like really cool. So apparently, it's running off an actual NES.
That's oh my god.
Like they're developing an actual NES for it, like game for it, and then the console ports, like the modern ones, are gonna have an HD version that uses the Rugrats art style.
Yeah, I did see the trailer. I'm probably gonna keep it to retro.
Yeah, the retro looks cool.
Actually pretty good.
I like that. Yeah. So it's called Rugrats Adventures in Gameland, and it is being published by the Indie Mix. It's being developed by them, and then Limited Run is handling the physical copy next year. So I am looking forward. I'm looking forward to it. I figured we might as well get that topic out of the way now because this was here. So
yeah, I'm not curious.
But yeah, I don't know anything about Kung Fury. If anybody knows about the movie, if anybody knows about the movie, please let me know. I'm curious. If I love random action movies that have no sense. I love to see them. The next one is an interesting game. It is published by WayForward, but not developed by them. This is Lunark.
Hmm.
And it is a cinematic 2D platformer. And if you don't know what that is, think games like Another World, Oddworld,
Oh. Oh, okay.
like cinematic 2D platformers where like they're trying to push the sprites to its limit, and it's like the controls are a little weird. Or classic Prince of Persia. That's what
Ooh,
that's what it's like,
yeah.
old school style. Like it's in that same vein. And I kind of like cinematic 2D platformers. I never really like delved into too much of them, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. It looks cool. Looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to play this one. And then the next two are bangers. So this one is called I gotta get the name right. Akai Katana Shin.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Yes, Akai Katana Shin. This is a cave shooter.
You wouldn't imagine that.
Yeah, this is a caved shoot 'em up. Not vertical, but it's a horizontal shooter. So this is a really cool game. Like I said, people seek out cave shooters like there's no tomorrow. So when one of the cave shooters like gets a physical copy, it's like you better pick it up because they can get pricey in the future. Plus I just love their shooters. Like I think Justin and I have played through Espagaluda too. That was really cool to play through. We need to sit down and play Don Don Pachi Remastered, and we need to play through Mushihime Sama. We should play those.
Okay.
We should play those, Justin. Yeah. And this one too. This one's got 2 players, so add another one to the list. I need to pick up. I am missing one of their modern releases. I didn't realize that Death Smiles 1 and 2 came out, and I need to pick those up. Those are fantastic shooters from them. I need to pick that up. But this one's cool. Don't miss out on that one. And then the big boy limited run pickup, which is an interesting one. I think, Justin, you know a little bit about this game.
Just seen it, yeah.
Yeah, this is Getsu Fumaden Undying Moon. This is a Konami game. A brand new Konami game. I don't think it's developed by them, though. I think it's developed by someone else, but they published it. It's based on one of their old franchises. I'm talking like this is the second game in the series. It's a roguelike 2D action game. Kind of like not Dark Souls. Dead Cells.
Okay.
It's kind of like Dead Cells. I don't know too much about the gameplay in terms of like what it actually like entails, but the art style looks gorgeous. It looks crazy cool. Like the hard outlines, like Anaya would be all over this game. I promise you. If he didn't love Dead Cells so much, he would be all over this game. And then on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't actually popped it into my Switch to find out. I'm gonna do that after this podcast. This game also, or this version, is the deluxe digital version, so it should also include as a separate app of the original Getsu Fumaden for Famicom.
Oh,
which is like the sister game to Castlevania. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Also, if anybody doesn't know, there's a Getsu Fumaden song in Smash Brothers Ultimate. there is a song from this series on there. It's really funny because it's in the Castlevania stage, but it's a remix of the Getsu Fumaden theme from Castlevania. It's that multiplayer one where you can get DLC for this game in it. It's so specifically odd that Sakurai chose that, but hey, whatever, man. If that's the way to get music from this game in there, then fine by me. And yeah, that's all my pickups. It was a lot.
that was indeed a lot.
It was a lot. Worth. Absolutely worth.
It has got me interested. It's a shame though, because I missed out on those like open like pre-order like windows for them. Like
I believe Akai Katana Shin you can still purchase through Amazon.
Oh yeah. There's alternatives there, here and there, like whether it be
Yeah,
like
that's a just
association
that.
with like Best Buy or
Yeah.
Amazon nowadays.
Out of all the limited run deliveries, Akai Katana Shin was the only one that was a distributed game. That wasn't actually a main one.
Oh, okay.
So that one you could still pick up on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so future reference. I should have stated that.
Mm. Now speaking
But
of, oh,
the others, yeah. I don't know. I think this one will get a Best Buy release, Getsu Fumiden, for sure. That's a Konami game. I don't think limited runs are just gonna let that sit.
yeah, for
But
sure. Okay. I did want to bring up though, kind of earlier on about the first party Nintendo games. There was
ooh.
one that was announced as of like this past week that was getting discontinued on the
Oh
eShop.
no.
Fitness
Mhm.
Boxing One.
Fitness Boxing 1. So from my understanding, this is only in Europe as of right now.
Mm.
That Fitness Boxing 1 is being removed from the eShop. If anybody doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it's developed by Imagineer, which is, I don't know too many games from them, but they the most games I know from them are all the fitness boxing games. All of them. So Nintendo actually published 1 and 2 in Europe and America. And it is a game that has eluded my collection so far. I actually don't own any of the fitness boxing games because, like,
Mm.
look, I want to collect all the first party Nintendo games, but when you release fitness boxing and it's $50, and I just sit there going, man, do I really want to pay for that today? So the answer is going to be yes. I'm gonna have to pick up Final Fitness Boxing 1 eventually because I don't want it to be gone. That's a game that has eluded my collection. I'm gonna have to pick it up. I did this for Go Vacation. Do you remember that?
I vaguely remember it. Yeah.
That's a Bandai Namco like game that was on Wii that they brought to Switch in HD, but Nintendo published it. I don't make the rules, dog. I just buy the games. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but hey, I have it. It's in there.
That is the weirdest thing.
But what the point, the moral of the story is that it's a first party Nintendo game getting delisted already. Well, if you don't count Mario 3D All Stars, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or and Fire Emblem, Shadow
Fire
Dragon, and the
Emblem,
Blade of Light. Yeah.
yeah. And then
So
I guess
that's
technically like Mario, like
35.
yeah, Mario 35.
So those though, like it's a you can add it to the pile, but this one at least exists physically.
Right.
So I'm a little scared to see physical prices for this game go up.
Mm. I did say it was kind of available at the time of like hearing about that news. It was available on Amazon for a little cheaper,
Mhm.
but yeah, just an FYI.
It's still available, but an FYI for collectors out there, if you are like me and you love Nintendo games and you just want to pick them all up, even the weird casual ones, this is one of those. Also, to Fitness Boxing's credit, we might as well announce or talk about the other thing they announced for that series. The Fists of the North Star Fitness Boxing game is getting a physical copy in the West finally, so that's kind of
That's
cool.
kind of
It is.
crazy.
It's not published by Nintendo. That one is self-published by Imagineer, but
Okay.
it is in the same series. So if you collect those games and you just like Fists of the North Star, and that's even better news for y'all. They just announced a new fitness
I
boxing.
was about to pull it up, yeah.
Hatsune Miku
Hatsune
fitness
Miku!
boxing. What a world we live in.
This is so wild.
Am I gonna pick it up? Probably, because I hate myself. But
Is it actually like published by Nintendo? Because that could be
no,
like,
that one's not. That one's not.
okay.
I'm assuming that was gonna be Sega published because Sega owns Hatsune Miku. Am I not mistaken?
Mm.
Pretty sure. Hmm. Speaking of which, apparently Samba de Amigo did pretty okay.
Oh,
Like,
that one. Okay.
yeah, I didn't pick it up. I figured I'd pick it up when it's cheap, but um, apparently it's good. Who knew?
Okay, that's good.
I like Samba de Amigo. I love that old rhythm game. I'd be down to pick up a sequel in that game. Yeah. Other than that, my next big pickup isn't going to be until the end of September anyway. So that's when Legend of Niuta. I'm sorry, let me get my pronunciation right. Legend of Niuta. Legend of Niuta Boundless Trails and Pikmin
Jeez.
1 and 2 physical copies
Oh
come out
no.
that week.
Oh no.
They come out the same week. And in my opinion, that's for me personally, that's when the game hell starts. That's when release madness happens. Because every single week from there on out, up until like the middle of November, it's just packed. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna be able to pick up all these games, dude.
Oh my god. Now I have to.
I'm gonna have to skip some of them.
Oh no.
I'm gonna have to skip some of them. I've already told myself I might have to skip Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to because Detective Pikachu for 3DS is going up in money now.
Oh well, I think with Detective Pikachu, because it is like first party.
That's the thing.
That's the one that shouldn't really sell as much. And to granted, like with Pikmin, like that could be like a little bit an issue, but if it's similar to like how Metroid Prime kind of like had to deal with how its like initial like launch was, then maybe there'll still be physical copies out there.
I'm leaning towards picking up Pikmin 1 and 2 more. One, getting an actual copy of Pikmin 1 and 2 for GameCube is expensive. And then the Wii versions are going up there too. They're getting up there now. So a convenient way to own the entire series on Switch is what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So for me personally, I love Pikmin and I want to play 1 and 2 again. I actually haven't. I've only been playing Pikmin 4 with Katrina. I haven't touched it like on my own. So like it's not even installed on my Switch. We have it on her Switch.
Oh, okay.
So I told myself what I'll do is I'm gonna play all 4 of them back to back.
Okay.
So like I'm gonna start from 1 and end on 4. So I won't play 4 yet on my Switch until 1 and 2 come out. So
I will also say though, from previous experience, then anything published by Miss America tend to like go crazy like off shelves nowadays. So
especially
maybe prioritize that.
Especially what's the way I can classify this? It's a retro game. It's essentially a retro game that they're going to publish for the first time in the States. Into Reverie, you can still find some copies out there. I've seen a little bit here and there, but I was just already in New York and it was there, and I was like, man, I don't have this yet. So I bought it. But Trails to Azure, good luck. It took me, I missed it for 2 weeks. I bought it 2 weeks after release and I still couldn't find it.
It's ridiculous.
I had to resort to like really digging deep into certain people's websites and I finally got it. So take that with a grain of salt. I wouldn't miss out on a Falcom Miss America release.
Yeah. So,
just saying.
So I think that's where I'm gonna like focus like my attention towards. Even though I would like to get Pikmin 1 and 2. I probably would just prioritize.
They're both $50 releases, just so you know.
Yeah, well actually that's not too bad.
Yeah.
These days.
I believe. Yeah, my Detective Pikachu comes out 2 weeks after Pikmin 1 and 2, so I might have to skip Pikmin or Detective Pikachu because 2 weeks after that it's Sonic Superstars, it's Mario Wonder, it's Spider-Man 2.
Oh god.
And then the week after that is Alan Wake 2, and then the week after that is WarioWare, and then the week after, and 2 weeks after that, it's Mario RPG and Persona 5 Tactica, and then like, oh. And let's not forget that next week is Starfield for everybody who's on Game Pass. I don't have time. I don't have time to play any of this.
Who?
I will say that, so for my plans for Sonic Superstars and Mario Wonder, I'm gonna try to blast through Sonic Superstars on the Tuesday it comes out and Thursday it streams. And then on Friday, I'm gonna dedicate it to Mario Wonder.
You have to.
I'm gonna stream Mario Wonder. Mario Wonder is a stream game for me. So
gotcha.
Scheduling of what to play. That does mean Spider-Man 2 is my outside of stream game. So
gotcha. All right.
That's how I'm gonna handle those.
Man, dude.
Is it gonna kill me that I have to wait to play Wonder sometimes? Yes, but It'll be fine. It'll have to happen.
Mm.
But there's a lot of games coming out, dude. It's crazy. I almost forgot about Forza Motorsport as well for Xbox fans.
There's
Holy,
yeah, it's all of a sudden like it's been like little driplets here and there, but now like it's just gonna be like a rush of games like showing up in the latter
mm-hmm.
half of the year. So good luck to everybody. Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Stick to your favorites.
Godspeed, Godspeed. Even I have to skip. If I have to, I might have to skip WarioWare, which I don't want to.
Oh, that's right.
I don't want to. I really want to play that on stream. I'm not sure yet. I'm not skipping Mario RPG. That's for sure.
That's fair. That's fair. I think that might be like a crazy one. It probably will restock, but like, just watch out.
That game's priority for me. Like, I need it. I'm gonna have to skip Persona 5 Tactica.
That should be okay. That should be.
That should be fine. Yeah. I'm trying to make the smart decisions of what to skip. I could skip Alan Wake 2 because it's not a physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not skipping Spider-Man 2. That's not happening.
Yeah.
And I can't skip. I guess I could skip Sonic if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I really want to play it.
Mm.
So there's a lot of games coming out still. A lot of things. Hey, since we're on the topic, you want to talk about Mario Wonder?
I was gonna actually bring that up. It's the power of the Hat Bros. We're just like, we know exactly what's going on. Mario Bros. Wonder.
All right, next one.
Phenomenal. Next.
Next. It's wonderful.
Nintendo did their usual thing of announcing it like a few days prior, so it was definitely a surprise for me, especially since we usually expect one in like September. And this was just like placed in the very last day of August, just so you could just hang on to some bit of hope that there will be one in September. But just focusing on Mario like Wonder Direct, I think what I saw was like, I want to avoid saying the word wonderful. It was spectacular. It was great.
It's hard to deny it, Justin. Let it embrace you.
No.
Let the wonder feel you.
No, stop. But it was great. It was really good.
It's everything I wanted for a 2D Mario game since New Super Mario Brothers for DS.
Is it weird that like when they announced this, I initially thought like, what do they actually have to show per se? That, but it's like, I think with Mario, like you can really like simplify a lot of like the mechanics here and there. And when we talk about like New Super Mario Brothers, that also feels like that's all like baseline stuff now. So my initial thoughts were like, what exactly I guess they'll want to elaborate on some of the new mechanics, but does that really take 15 minutes to really like go over? No, they had a lot.
They had plenty to show, and there's still things they're hiding. So that's really cool.
So I was very impressed that they like literally took so much time, developed all these different things, and put these all in together in one presentation.
I want to point out the amount of personality that's going into that game.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy how much personality they're injecting into this game compared to like the new Super Mario Brothers series.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm not gonna sit here and dog on New Super Mario Brothers. I love those games to a certain extent. I really do love those games. So some of those are really good, and some of them are New Super Mario Brothers too. I will say that it is such a relief to see a different art style, actual like really cool looking animations, the way Mario and all of his friends are expressive. It looks so good. It's that new injection, that new art style I've been wanting for so long. I'm starving out here, man. It's that Mario Odyssey effect. It's the injection 2D Mario needed that Mario Odyssey gave 3D Mario. And that's man. Is it Look, I'm gonna be probably the one that judges that game the hardest. I know it. I'm going to definitely be the one that judges it the most out of all of us. It is my favorite series of all time. And so for me to sit here going, what do I like, what I don't like? So far, there isn't really much things I'm saying here I don't like. Uh Yoshi being the easy mode kind of hurts me. It's cool to see Nabbit. That's kind of cool. That that character should be designed for easy mode players. That's cool. You know, you have a little brother, a little sister, or a significant other who doesn't really play games, or anybody in your family that just doesn't play games like that. They can play Nabbit and they can just hop along for the ride,
Mm-hmm.
and that's cool. Yoshi being a easy mode character kind of hurts me because you could do so much cool things with Yoshi and then he just doesn't die. You Nabbit and Yoshi can still take or can fall in a pit. So that's how they get away with the life system. But realistically, they're the easy mode. And that's unfortunate. I will say I do hope we get some kind of DLC later in life, like kind of like Luigi U.
Mm.
That would be really cool. The map looks cool. I'm glad they're taking inspiration from 3D World. And they're gonna do the cool thing where like there's gonna be open areas where you can choose which level you might want to do instead of having to go to them in order.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So I did notice that some of the worlds have more than 2 Wonder Seeds.
Yeah.
Which means there might be more challenges for the same levels over and over again. That's really cool as well. The Wonder Seeds add a lot. You don't even have to touch them, but if you do, you're rewarded for like getting through these crazy platforming challenges. The craziest part for me personally to see was the badge system.
That was for me too.
To add so many mechanics at once into what I consider like, good old Mario, like a parachute mechanic, the grapple hook, the down jump from Mario Brothers 2. Like, I was like, what is going on over here? The same side wall jump where you don't have to wall jump technically, you just go up a wall.
Yeah.
That was cool too. Like there's a lot of cool things in that game I'm gonna experiment a lot with.
Yeah. I think that pushes it just a little bit more to make it a little bit more like inventive. Like certain like things will be approached differently. You'll start thinking about what type of badge you want to equip on. Well, badge singular, equip on.
I will say that's kind of so Nintendo Tree. I don't know if you saw the Nintendo Treehouse live for the game. Yeah, they did. They played it for about 25 minutes. They played like 3 levels, and they really went in depth with some of the things. It's really cool. They did confirm that if you're doing 4-player local, they all have to be equipped with the same badge.
Okay.
And that kind of is okay, I guess, but
yeah. Do you know anything about the online? Online's just the ghost stuff, right?
The online is a little that's probably my other downside thing. Well, look, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. I'm not gonna play online. Like I wasn't going to anyways.
No.
So for me personally, I don't care about the online things. I know why you should. I get why it needed to be there. But they totally butchered it and didn't make it a real 4-player co-op. They made it to where it's like,
so they never incorporated like even wirelessly, like having a party and having them physically be there. No, it's just ghosts.
It's just ghosts. You have to, if you're gonna play local co-op, it has to be on the same Switch.
Oh my god! All right.
So that's kind of like that sucks for people who really want to play online. I don't care, but I also understand why it's a big deal and why it's important to have it. Because Mario 3D World had it. And that was kind of cool. So you mean to tell me you couldn't incorporate it into a 2D game? Get out of here. Get out of here. But it is an interesting online mode. I will dabble in it just to see it.
Yeah. It looks a little bit chaotic.
Yeah, like it's a bunch of ghosts and they're playing in real time. So like when you're in the level, people around the world are playing with you in the same level. And I guess it's a way so that you're never falling behind or someone's not falling behind. You're just on your own pace.
Yeah.
And you can actually open your own lobby and have your friends in the same lobby so you can see them.
Specifically.
And I guess doing a race would be kind of cool, like running the game and see how fast people can beat it. That'd be kind of cool.
I guess I would also I mean, you can also do it for local co-op, but I was thinking like that could solve the whole like screen like spreading thing.
Yep. So I get why they did it. I just personally don't care. I'm not here for the online. I'm here for
All
the
around the
mostly.
world,
I'm
ghosts are
mostly
jumping
here
past
for
me.
the. Oh my god! I'm mostly here for the single player experience. So,
That's fair.
yep. I also wanted to point out that I noticed a couple things.
Hmm.
There's no timer on any of
There
the
is no
levels.
timer. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I noticed that. I was like, huh. They let you take your time with the levels. That's interesting. I also noticed that the purple coins are going to be used for the shop, right?
Oh yeah, kind of reminds me of Odyssey actually.
Mm-hmm. Also, the Big 10 purple coins
Oh
are
yeah,
actually the replacement for the star
the
coins.
big star coin
Because
stuff you collect.
in the treehouse, they actually showed off that every level has 3 of them.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, that makes sense. You do get a wonder seed for every level you beat. Level progression is locked behind the wonder seed. So it's not just as simple as clear and cut dry as like, hey, beat the level, next level.
Oh, okay. So you'll have to
You
start
have to
collecting them.
you have to start collecting them just to keep going, at least.
That makes sense because
I
in the plot. Yeah.
And then I wanted to bring up the world so far. So they said 6 worlds, which is kind of small. Mario games have 8.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But the worlds themselves are mix and matches of previous old styles of worlds. So I saw they said desert, but in the desert there's also water areas. Or like, oh, I'm sorry, it was sky area. Like there's like a sky area in the desert as well.
Mm,
So it kind of mix and matches the two. The cave system is also in the forest area,
mm.
which like, and then there's this really cool looking poisonous gas area that like I was like, oh god, that's a new theme. Like these are new incorporated themes they're trying to add. Like the Rocky Mountain area is now being mixed with the original green like area, and that's kind of cool.
Mm.
There's a lot of things they're mixing and matching. Also, yo, shout out to the fact that they actually added brand new enemies.
Yeah. Like all of them are like pretty much new. Just a few
Ba-
recurring ones.
Basically, almost everything's new, and if it is a recurring enemy, they have new things and new like new variants, like the Koopas and rollerblades. The Mamas, they look funny with the big old mouth. They look really funny. I love them. They're my favorite so far. I'm happy. It's an actual continuation of the Mario, like the 2D Mario series, and that's all I ever wanted. Will it be my number one game this year? I'm not sure. That's a tough sell considering Tears of the Kingdom came out and Starfield's next week, and I have yet to play Baldur's Gate. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. But Mario Wonder looks amazing. It is my most anticipated game so far.
Gotcha.
I'm ready. I'm hyped.
Okay. Let's tackle on one little bit story before we go in, Gall. I want your thoughts about
Hmm.
this. About I guess the
Ooh.
circumstances of it. It's a leak. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It came out earlier, like today, about some certain a certain company, Square Enix, having
Oh,
access
I did hear
to
about this.
certain bits of dev kits for Switch 2, and
I did hear about this.
the leaker had reported that they were telling him that Final Fantasy VII Remake was going to be a launch day for this supposed Switch 2. And I just want to get your take on just like, I guess the game itself being on like a potential Switch 2 and maybe just the Switch 2 as a general thing being a thing.
So I don't. I'm just gonna. I was gonna say like initial thoughts because I don't really particularly like comment on rumors like that. That was they're like you got to give me like a real source. Like
Yeah.
if it's coming from like, oh, okay, well that has to be real at this point. Like for instance, did
Mm.
you know that Ubisoft's Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition got leaked?
Huh?
Yep,
Oh.
Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary got leaked because the ESRB rated it. That's a real leak. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
that's actually happening, which means, ooh, buddy. First of all, I really love Beyond Good and Evil. I can't wait to play it again. Second of all, when it comes to Switch 2, I'm gonna take a lot of things with a grain of salt.
That's fair.
But from what I read and what I saw, I think that if you were to launch that system with Final Fantasy VII Remake, that would be the craziest launch game. That'd be a really crazy launch game. And then it gives hope that Rebirth might eventually get on there later after the PlayStation exclusivity.
That's true. That's true.
I just don't. I don't know if I find it hard to believe the Steam Deck can run Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a PlayStation 4 game too.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really have too much to say. I hope it's real. I hope what they're telling me is real, because right there, all the only big function I want the Switch 2 to have is backwards compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
If you give me backwards compatibility with my entire Switch library, it means I can keep collecting for the same ecosystem.
Yeah,
it means I don't feel like I'm losing access to all of my games I just bought. Like all of this whole stack right here that I can play
could still be like relevant.
Yeah. Especially with them making the actual effort to port a lot of their older games now. Mm-hmm. Like Pikmin 1 and 2 coming back. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon's next year. Metroid Prime Remastered. Like these are games that people have been wanting on the console forever. And we finally get them, and now it's like, all right, well, next console.
That's true.
There's no reason that shouldn't happen. Plus, NSO. What, are we going to start NSO all over again?
That's true. They would want it be in their best interest to like maintain like that live subscription.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the leaker also mentioned the leaker is I am a hero, or I'm a hero too. He was talking about not only is like remake going to be a supposed launch title, but backwards compatibility is going to be there. There's going to be a new camera system going on with the Switch 2 kits, but you know, grain of salt stuff. But I would say that I would also agree that backwards compatibility is important, and I think Final Fantasy VII Remake, the base like version of it as a PlayStation 4 game, is definitely plausible as like a potential Switch 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just kind of curious as like, I mean, there is something that I can kind of believe within all that, but now at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for some kind of announcement on Nintendo side, because all we've been getting leaks. I mean, Mario, like what we didn't mention about the Super Mario Wonder Direct was that at the very tail end of it, they announced like a Mario Red edition for the OLED. And I was saying,
I didn't mention it because I hated it.
Oh yeah, because it's just a Mario Red console. It's not even Wonder like edition.
It makes me really sad that Zelda got all the nice treatment, and then Mario was like, "It's red."
it's red.
And even worse, the Joy-Cons aren't even new. Those are the same Mario Red Joy-Cons that they made for the Mario edition back in the day, like for the OG Switch.
Yikes. Was that the one?
The dock does kind of look okay, like
the
back, but it's in the back. Who's gonna see the back of the dock?
Yeah, that's true. I never even looked in the back there. It's definitely just kind of lackluster, but it does kind of give me ideas of like, okay, well, they've been keeping a pattern of like OG, like Nintendo Switch, like Mario Edition. Now they have an OLED edition. There's nothing they can do more unless they decide to do like a Switch, like upgraded, like graphics, whatever edition, like not Switch 2, but just a Switch Pro. So they could do that route, which I can also believe. And that's from me. And then they could also do the Switch 2 route, which is backwards compatible, which I'd be totally okay with. I just don't really see that happening.
I really hope it's the Switch 2 route where there's backwards compatibility. Like I said, it would be really cool if my Switch library was able to be played on the next console, because then I can still continue to play those games. People, you know, I'm not losing the ecosystem that I built with the Switch.
Yeah.
And on top, like, you know, like when we have parties and stuff like that, we pull out those party games. It'd be cool to just have everything at the ready to go.
Yeah. But I guess that's always going to be a consistent thing, like whether like it supports backwards compatibility or not, is that like older consoles, and I'm just like putting like Switch into the older console like area for a quick second, because just to put in like in comparison, Xbox 360 like marketplace is going to be closing off like by next year.
Mm-hmm. I
So
gotta turn on my 360 and check what's on there
yeah,
so I
so
can
it's
just kind of
like
pick up.
yeah, so unfortunately, even though like Xbox has done like a good job in keeping some like titles backwards compatible, they couldn't do everything, unfortunately. So yeah, it's just like one of those things where like if you're really passionate about like a certain like platform, by all means like jump in on that, even if the next thing is like around the corner.
Yep.
So
It would be really weird to me if Nintendo really just decided not. Look, there's it's a 50-50 situation within me. The 50% side says, hey, look, Nintendo obviously isn't going to do backwards compatibility. That would be dumb. That's money left on the table. They could charge you. They're not dumb. They can charge you for Mario Kart 8 again with all the
oh
DLC on there,
no.
and we as Nintendo consumers would buy it because we are just that stupid.
Like, oh my god, they could really just put like Mario Kart 8 like all in one bundle that includes all the DLC courses that haven't been released just yet, but they'll put that all into one thing, and I guess maybe the Switch 2 cartridge could like handle all that, and we'd just be shills about it. And we take it.
Absolutely. You know damn well it would be, and I'm unfortunately one of them.
Mhm.
So that's just how it is. But the other 50% of me says, why would they have gone through all this effort to port all of these older games? Have this ecosystem where you have the NSO finally. It's something it's now finally in a good place where I'm like, yes, this is what it should be. This is okay. Normal updates to these games, and we can keep adding more and more. We don't have to just sit on these games forever. Plus, all
Mhm.
of the Wii U ports, all of the Wii HD remasters, all of these GameCube remasters that are happening. Why go through all this trouble just to lock them again?
That's true.
Why? There's no reason to do that.
Also, the
This
fact is that the Nintendo Switch is like their most successful console, following the Wii U. So why would they
mm-hmm.
ever try to like separate themselves from the Nintendo Switch ecosystem like that?
On top of that, let's not pretend like they're not going to still release Switch games, even though the next console comes out. They don't. Nintendo isn't a company that just abandons their console. Well, okay, if you're the Wii U, that's a different story.
Mm.
But okay, but overall, they don't ever abandon their consoles just yet. They still release games on them until they're ready to just drop it.
Mhm.
Which is like, I personally think that Peach game and that Luigi's Mansion remaster next year will be coming out when the next console is coming out. Like, and it's for people who still own a Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, did it with 3DS on Switch. Let's not pretend like we forgot that Metroid Samus Returns came out when the Switch was already a thing.
Hmm.
You
That's
know,
true.
I'm just saying it would be cool if I had my Switch 2 or whatever it's going to be called. I still think it should. Nintendo needs the balls to call it the Super Nintendo Switch.
The Super Nintendo Switch.
Super Nintendo Switch would be the hardest name ever, dude.
Oh my god.
That would be the SNS, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, that would be the name, man. I
Yeah.
would I would be all over that. Yo, bro, I play on my Super Nintendo Switch.
Mm.
On the Super Switch, bro. Like,
The
come on.
the Super Switch.
I would be so down for that name, man. It'd be so good.
Yeah, I'm glad we had the conversation about it because, yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense when you like put in the perspective of them really just maintaining the ecosystem and continuing to release games within like Nintendo Switch because that just makes sense. And like we're always wondering about. I mean, there's always been predictions, but it won't really be set in stone until they actually announce it. So I mean, this kind of gets me like a little bit of like maybe this is not really necessary like as far as me getting hyped for the next Nintendo Direct that could possibly like release this type bit of news, whatever new hardware
Mm,
stuff. Obviously, they've definitely just been like absolutely no hardware announced for this one, as they usually will kind of bring up to you as they approach a
yeah.
new Direct. But I mean,
Speaking of which,
September.
we should be getting a direct soon, maybe next week. Hmm?
Do you
Hmm?
think next week? Like that would be. I mean, granted,
Well,
they've done the opposite where it's like, oh, we have a Nintendo Direct, but we also have like indies like or shorter Direct like right next week They've done that
Yep,
before.
and Mario Wonder Direct was a thing.
Yeah, Mario Direct was.
If I were Nintendo, I wouldn't want to put Mario Wonder in the September Direct because that's only a month away. Why waste the time?
So they decided to put it on the 31st of August. Nowhere near September. Well, just away from September.
Well, away from that Direct period. So we can just, this next Direct is going to be focused on stuff that's coming out in 2024 and beyond and stuff like that. And at the end of this year, stuff like that.
It'd be nice to have it like in the middle of like September, if not late September.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, like next week would be so wild.
It would be wild, but it's not out of the possibility. They've done it before. An early September Direct is something that has happened before in its history. It's not a matter of are we getting a September Direct. It's when are we getting the September Direct.
Yeah.
Because let's be 100% honest, it's going to happen.
Yeah, have they ever skipped one?
Not in the last 5 years.
Sheesh.
So September is usually when we get the last Direct for the year. Wow. And then we have to patiently wait until February or March.
Yeah, something like that.
I will say the only game I'm expecting to be there, if we're gonna just do a quick thing, I'm expecting that rumored Genealogy of the Holy War remake to be there.
Ooh, oh, dude, I'd be like,
I'm expecting it because at this point the rumors are hot for that one. That it's already been done. It's just they're just waiting to figure out. They're just waiting.
These guys.
That's the Nintendo way, dude. Finish the game and then hold on to it when they're like, you know what, this is the time.
Do you think
my favorite example of that is New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. When you play the game, it says the date that they finished it is 2018. The game didn't come out till 2019. You just held it like. So they know what they're doing. They've held on to these games for a reason. And I think a Fire Emblem remake of Genealogy of the Holy War, 1, has been a long time coming, and 2 would be a pretty interesting slot, especially since Fire Emblem's a big franchise for them now. Like they consider that one of their big ones. So if I was Nintendo, that'd be a good 2024 release.
So I guess now my question to you, Phil, is: do you think we'll hear anything from Metroid Prime 2, if anything, just Metroid Prime 2? Or
I'm thinking 2 and 3, yes.
Okay.
I'm thinking that Pikmin 1 and 2 was the Prime 1 remastered like surprise on purpose. Because they needed a game. Because they needed to promote Metroid Prime, or let me rephrase that. They needed to promote Pikmin. So they needed to have those out there. I think Metroid Prime 2 and 3 is the next big one. Because from my understanding, what I've heard, they're not going to be on the same level of remaster as 1. But they are HD versions of the games.
Okay.
And they're supposed to be bundled together like Pikmin 1 and 2. And if you notice, Nintendo doesn't have a game in September. I mean, they have the physical copy for Pikmin 1 and 2, but those games are already out.
Yeah, it's true.
So that would probably be the September game.
That's wild.
If you put the 2 and 2 together.
And then my other question is, do you think Monolith...
Prime 4?
Prime 4, but do you think Monolith Soft would have something?
Ooh.
I mean, I don't want to be that guy who just wants to bring up Xenoblade Chronicles X whenever applicable, but that's one game that's still on the Wii U, and the Wii U's eShop is now dead in the water. So
yep. I want to say yes. I really need X to come over to Switch already. Just for the sake of having the Xenoblade series has never been bigger than it is now. And X will finally have that chance to shine that it didn't get on the Wii U. And it makes no sense that it's not here yet. But this is also Nintendo. For all we know, they're just waiting for a time to release it.
They're waiting for it.
They're like, maybe it's time. But now, granted, didn't we get Future Connected this year?
We did.
Or Future Redeemed?
Future Redeemed was this year.
So
they may want to just wait.
That might happen in 2024, but it's not going to be announced in this Direct.
Or they'll want them to work their magic on other titles.
Yeah. I think it's a strong possibility that it does happen next year, but it's not in this Direct.
Okay.
It wouldn't be early 2024. It'd be like late 2024 if it happens.
Got you.
Hopefully. I do expect to see more news about that Peach game.
Yeah. We should learn a little bit more before.
At least give it a name.
Yeah, because I mean, it's only like gonna be September, and the game's being slated for next year, so there is a little bit of time, but we should get some idea of what it is. We already know about Luigi's Mansion, so we could just kind of wait before.
Well, actually, do we know about Luigi's Mansion? Because if you look up the Luigi's Mansion game, right, or the trailers for it, notice that the trailers are saying a remaster of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. If that's not, I'm assuming that's not the title, right? They're not going to simply put on the box a remaster of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
Type R.
I'm thinking that they only showed off Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon just to tell us, hey, it's happening. But I think it's more than that. I think it's also Luigi's Mansion 1.
Oh, interesting.
I'm thinking it's both of the 3DS. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, he's got it. It's right next to him.
So, because they announced Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, right? Right. That's coming to Switch.
Yeah.
But some people forget Luigi's Mansion 1 was remade for the 3DS in the same engine as Dark Moon.
Oh yeah, sure. So
could it be that it's actually both games in one pack, and that's why they haven't given it a real title?
They could do that.
Because Luigi's Mansion 1 is not a long game. It takes like 3 hours max to beat.
Oh my god.
So putting the both games on one package together to make it a more content heavy game for $60, that sounds reasonable to me. And that's probably why they haven't given it the name yet, because they're going to name it something with the collection. And it would mean that the Switch has all 3 Luigi's Mansions. Because I don't know if you noticed, Nintendo's been doing this with a lot of their franchises, putting all of their original games together. Pikmin's done. Bayonetta's done.
That's true.
You know, Metroid Prime, I'm assuming, is going to get there. Thanks to NSO, mainline Metroid's done.
It's true.
So, like, they're trying to put as much of their older games as possible. Finally. I think it's going to be a double pack. That's what I'm saying. I don't think we've heard everything about Dark Moon just yet. I think they're holding out. Also, Dark Moon was looking kind of rough in that trailer, so they definitely should have shown it a little bit more polished up. But hey, what do I know? I'm just happy Dark Moon's even coming, because that game is actually pretty good. Not as good as 1 or 3. It's the weakest of the 3, but it's still good. Also, what is Detective Pikachu Returns? Is it a sequel, or is it like
it's
the sequel. First game with more?
Oh, actually, you know what? It does look pretty rough. From the vibe of it sounds like a sequel.
Okay, I'm only asking that because
okay, all right.
They don't, in the trailers, they don't know that they're like looking for Mewtwo, but Mewtwo isn't he supposed to be like the bad guy? I've never actually sat down to play Detective Pikachu. I might have to change that because I'm really confused as to what the hell is going on in that game.
All I know is that, the main boy's just looking for his dad.
Oh, I know that's the point in the story. I watched the movie at least,
Is it like beat for beat, like the exact same story?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I'm not actually sure.
What's Mewtwo's role here?
Mewtwo is in the movie. I know that's why I know Mewtwo's the bad guy, quote unquote. But like, I might have to sit down with this eventually this year. Looking at it, I might have to do it. I might have to get to that sooner or later.
Yeah, the marathon it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because like my issue is I don't want to play Detective Pikachu on 3DS and then it just be the same story, but then they add an extra chapter.
Yeah, an extra chapter.
Because for anybody who doesn't know how they released Detective Pikachu in Japan, it was like a Telltale game. It was released in chapters. When we got it in America, it's all of the chapters in one cartridge.
Huh.
So is it just Detective Pikachu remade, but with an added epilogue that finishes the story? Because it never finishes the story. That's the whole big idea.
Mm.
I need you to market the game better, Nintendo. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Well, in that case, I guess we'll just wait until the actual Nintendo Direct to get more clarification on that or other games that we just predicted.
Big rumor for me is I think Beyond Good and Evil 20th anniversary is going to be in that Direct. That's why I got leaked.
Whoa, really?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, alrighty.
It's because the consoles they're confirming it for are modern platforms, all of them, including Switch. And I'm like, that makes sense. Beyond Good and Evil was on GameCube.
Oh, okay.
It was a release for PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. And if you have never played it, it's like Zelda.
Whoa. Okay.
Do you know? Did you not know that's why everyone's upset about Beyond Good and Evil 2? That's why they want it so bad. Because it's literally.
I thought it was just not good.
It's because Beyond Good and Evil is like such a good game. It's so good. It's considered a classic. It's like Zelda, but it's made by the dude who made Rayman. Like it. Why are we delaying Beyond Good and Evil 2? It could be so good. It could be so good, and they choose to not do anything with it. Ubisoft, I hate you. But also, thank you for Rayman and Mario plus Rabbids. I love it. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Thank you for Prince of Persia. Thank you very much. The new one looks great. No cap. That one does look good.
My God. Okay. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it. We're going to have to wrap here. Guys, I appreciate everyone for tuning in for this episode of DangIT Prodcast. It's been episode 471. My name is Justin.
And I'm Philip.
And thanks for watching, everybody. #bye, everybody.
Have a wonderful day.